Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bullring presented by Five Star Race Car Bodies. I'm Alan Dietz, America's racing sweetheart, of course, Jess Ballard herself. There you go. And Jess, it's good to be back. And
great to be back.
Yeah, what a show we've got today. This is jam-packed.
You packed this one.
Well, I did pack it, and that's why we don't have any time to waste. 2002 Daytona 500 winner Ward Burton will be here first to talk about the Orange Crush 200. We'll reveal the KDDP finalists for this year. We'll also look back on this past weekend here on Racing America. We'll hear from Alan Cavanagh. He was at Joe Gibbs Racing earlier this week. Ricky Brooks, Derek Griffith, and Bob Sargent. Now that.
Dang, you really, the last half of the show
is packed.
Yeah.
It's really packed. So, with that being said, we're going to take a break. Because we got so much to do and so little time to do it. We'll be right back.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
I'm Jeb Burton.
I'm Ward Burton. Please join us March 28th for the Rogers Heating and Cooling Orange Crush 200.
Ward and Jeb join regional late model stars and the Rogers Heating and Cooling Orange Crush 200 benefiting the Ward Burton Wildlife Foundation. Limited pre-sale tickets available for a discount until March 22nd or buy at the gate on race day. It's the Orange Crush 200 Thursday, March 28th at Orange County Speedway, and you can see it only on racingamerica.tv.
Five-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Hey, I'm Bo Parr, and you're watching Racing America.
Glad to have you back here with us on the Bullring, presented by Five Star Race Car Bodies. Alan and Jess here with you today. And, of course, we're very excited. Next Thursday night, the Orange Crush 200 at Orange County Speedway, benefiting the Ward Burton Wildlife Foundation. So who better, Jess?
Then Ward.
Ward Burton is joining us today. And Ward, first off, thanks for joining us, and thanks for letting us be a part of this event. What was the brainchild behind this? When did you guys first start thinking about doing this?
Well, the brainchild was Jeb. My son Jeb has been talking about having a racing event for a couple of years. And we've been good friends with Joe and Elisa Rogers for a while. And their business has really taken off. So actually, it started at the grocery store, from what I was told, when Jeb was at Food Line, and they were at Food Line. They started talking about this, and that's what happened. Because I mean, really, without Rogers Heating and Cooling and their support of the event, we wouldn't be having an event. So really appreciate of them coming on board and making it all happen for us.
Well, if that's not the most Southern thing I've heard, that this all started at a Food Line in the milk aisle.
I don't know. Between me and Ward, you're hearing a lot of pretty Southern stuff today.
Well, one of the event's headlined by, it's not only a $15,000 to win race, but it's also your return to racing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, let's get to the most exciting part first. Yeah, we've got a awesome purse for some of the best late model stock car drivers in the East Coast. 75 grand. We're charging less to come through the gates than hopefully anybody else has all year. And me coming back, it's been an adventure. I haven't been very good, and the car hasn't either.
Oh, shoot.
Jeff has been getting in the car and giving me some direction, and our feedback is the same. But I tell you what really came to light the week before last is Jeb was using a lot of brake and talking to other late model drivers with these bump stops close to 500 horsepower. They're using a lot of brakes right before the center and in the center of the corner. Well, when I ran Orange County, I won in all three divisions from Street Talk to Bush Series. I didn't use a whole lot of brakes. So I've only run 4 laps since then that I realized I got to use more brakes every lap. But I'll be fine once we get rabbits in front of us, and I just got to adjust. And, you know, the interesting thing is only one set of tires for 200 laps. And this track hadn't been paved since I was racing there. So it's going to be a lot of strategy and be following and learning from some of the best in the business.
And I want folks to know, you know, if we want you to go to Orange County and buy a ticket, but if you can't, we want you to buy our pay-per-view coverage here on Racing American. For all you people that complain about being subscribers and pay-per-view, I have something that nobody can complain about. Your half of the pay-per-view is going to go to the Ward Burton Wildlife Foundation, and that leads me, Ward, to what actually is the Ward Burton Wildlife Foundation and what you're trying to accomplish through this event.
Well, we're a conservation organization. We're the first NASCAR driver to found a nonprofit in 1996. Man, I'm really proud of how much we've grown in the last 20 plus years, from veteran and youth outreach to protecting military bases now, including the Marine Corps base Quantico, with programs to protect the men and women so they can get the proper training from uncompatible use with neighboring landowners. That's a wonderful program. It's a win-win for conservation, win-win for family farms, landowners, and the military mission. So, man, we've grown a lot. We own 10,000 acres of land that we're constantly trying to diversify and make it better for all wildlife. Just setting the example, being there for others that are like-minded and other landowners that want to do the same. But, you know, really what the benefit of all this is not only some awareness, but you know, with our sponsor, Rogers Heating and Cooling, all of the ticket sales and the proceeds are going to our conservation efforts, and same with y'all. Thank y'all so much for partnering with us, and thank y'all for sharing some of the revenues so that we can further our mission.
Well, you can learn more about this race at orangecrushrace.com. That's Crush with a K. Before we let you go, Ward, I do want to ask you, what did you think about that cup race Sunday? Did you get a chuckle out of watching those guys burn the tires off?
Well, I was on the farm working. I was cut it on, I don't know, somewhere around 5 p.m. to see how Harrison was doing. And then it was pretty evident that they were having some tire woes. But, you know, my hat's off to Goodyear of trying to build tires that's going to have tire wear.
Yeah.
From what I've been told, because of the width of the tread with these new cars, the tires aren't wearing out. But you know, you want tires to wear out because it makes the strategy, it makes the driving skill, it enhances the product, which is a show of the best rising to the top by the end of the race. So, you know, they need to keep trying to figure out a way to have good excessive tire wear.
And that's why that one set of tires for the Orange Crush is going to be so important next Thursday. Ward, I appreciate you joining us, and can't wait to get there and see you guys and enjoy this great race.
Same here. Hey, thanks for everything y'all are doing for us, and look forward to seeing y'all next Thursday on the 28th. And we'll be helping you guys find the right place to be tomorrow.
All right. Well, that's the most important thing. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
All right, folks, when we come back, KDDP finalists. They were announced yesterday. We'll talk to one when we come back.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Racing returns to the legendary Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park April 6th and 7th for the 50th annual Icebreaker Weekend. Past super late models hit the track on Saturday, April 6th, along with the Monaco Modified Tri-Track Series. And on April 7th, it's time for one of New England's oldest open-wheel modified races, plus support divisions. It's the 50th annual Icebreaker Weekend at Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, and it's only on Racing America.
This is Racing America, the biggest stars.
I enjoyed it. I felt good out there. I would love to come here and race.
And the inside info.
This is the T-bar setup. This clips into the bottom of the cam lock.
The only fast channel powered by the NASCAR Cup team owners who know all about speed.
How am I even going to drive for 3.5 hours without having a radio in the car?
The most NASCAR team content anywhere. Climb on board.
Hi, I'm Derek Gluchaki, and you're watching Racing America.
Well, as we mentioned before the break, of course, the Kawiki Driver Development Program finalists were announced yesterday. And, of course, we're glad to be the official media partner. Jess, in your beautiful way, can you tell us who those drivers are, those 7 lucky drivers?
Of course I can. This is always such an exciting show and such an exciting time to announce these finalists. All right, we got Derek Gluchaki, Chase Berta, Ty Fredrickson, Levon Vandergeest, Brandon Varney, Evan Getz, and Max Kaler. And joining us now is one of those finalists. We have Derek Gluchaki on the line. Derek, how does it feel?
Yeah, it's an honor. You know what I mean? It's such a huge deal for us short track guys to be on a stage like this, and just super thankful for the opportunity and everyone with KDP for making this happen.
You were a semifinalist last year, so you got down to the final. What is it? 15, I think it is.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, and in talking to Tom Roberts, who runs the program, he was telling me that your Zoom interview was a huge part of what got you over the hump this year. Was it something you learned from last year, or just being more comfortable with it?
Yeah, last year not making the finals, obviously, it was kind of disappointing. So, I took that and, I kind of ran with it, I guess you could say. I dug deep and, I thought about, what could I improve on myself to, make myself better for not only the program, but, just myself as a whole. And I think I improved a lot on stuff like this, doing interviews and talking to people and sponsors and all that kind of thing. So I think that was a huge part of this, and super thankful again for the opportunity here with KDDP, and even more thankful for the experience last year, and really looking forward to experiencing the whole program this year. They try to improve upon every aspect of you as a person, a driver, and all that. So I think that'll be a huge help to myself and my team.
Yeah, that's the thing about this program is it really has very little in the grand scheme of things to do with the on-track performance. Of course, that does come into play a little bit, but these things like, engaging with sponsors and the Zoom interviews and the community service aspect, that is just a huge part of this program. And
you don't have to go to jail, which is always a good thing.
What are you talking?
Community service.
Oh, you get the community service experience without committing a crime.
Exactly.
And in fact, I would think if you do commit a crime, that might hurt your chances of becoming a finalist. So
maybe.
Sounds like, Derek, you were on the tight and narrow there.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's much bigger than the on track, as we know. What are you most looking forward to this season when it comes to that on off-track stuff?
Yeah, so we actually have a couple things planned already. Here in a couple weeks, we're going to be going to a town event, you could say, raising money for one of the high school football teams and cheerleader teams. So that'll be awesome. And we also have planned, I'm really looking forward to going to like elementary schools. I'm going to be going to one here a little later in the summer. Well, before summer, obviously. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because, you know, all the kids love race cars and stuff like that. And I'm sure there's going to be one or two there that are really going to love it. And I'm really looking forward to, you know, just seeing the reaction, you know, teaching them about the sport and maybe open some eyes to it and hopefully gain some fans, maybe some people come to the racetrack. It's always good. So hopefully we can get out and do as much community service as we can and, you know, spread the word of the program and, you know, myself too.
What's the racing plan this year?
Yeah, so we're going to be full-time on the American Canadian Tour. That's our going to be our main focus. We're also going to run for the Thompson Speedway Track Championship in late models and also the Walls Ford Platinum Series at White Mountain.
Well, do you know what I love about all that?
Tell me.
We're going to have the Icebreaker on first weekend in April and the World Series in the fall at Thompson, which the late models are probably action there.
Yep.
We're going to have the American Canadian Tour again all year on Racing America, including the Northeast Classic, which will be April 13th, and the Walls Platinum Series at White Mountain. We're also going to have that. So we're going to see a lot of you, Derek.
Yeah. If you're a Derek Gluchaki fan, this is the place to be.
That's right. Well, Derek, congratulations, man. We look forward to following you all year.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right. That's Derek Gluchaki, one of the KDDP finalists. We come back. We had a lot of great racing on Racing America this past weekend. We'll take you racing across America.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing Electronics is the #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. Over 20 years in the business proves their dedication to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, scanners and more, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics representative at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
I'm Jeb Burton.
I'm Ward Burton. Please join us March 28th for the Rogers Heating and Cooling Orange Crush 200.
Ward and Jeb join regional late model stars and the Rogers Heating and Cooling Orange Crush 200 benefiting the Ward Burton Wildlife Foundation. Limited pre-sale tickets available for a discount until March 22nd or buy at the gate on race day. It's the Orange Crush 200 Thursday, March 28th at Orange County Speedway, and you can see it only on racingamerica.tv.
Glad to have you back with us here on Racing America. And Jess, it was a great weekend here on Racing America, and it's that time again. I'm actually going to say it, to go racing across America.
That's right. We were at Hickory and South Alabama this weekend. Check it out.
They will slowly come down to the start-finish line to get the green flag, and we are underway with the 2024 AS Super Late Model season. All going to hang tough down there on the inside. Butcher, he is definitely trying to make his way around if he can clear Hall down into turn number 1. He has almost got clear of him. All still running the bottom. They make a little bit of contact in turn 4, but your new leader, Cole Butcher. All up to the outside of Shaw. As is Cole Butcher and Mike Hopkins. Oh, and there goes the move here by Mike Hopkins. He's trying to use DJ Shaw to get underneath. Oh, and he and 83 of Corey Hall make contact. See if they can keep going. And again, now Hopkins starting to run a little bit better in turns 3 and 4. 3 laps to go. Butcher up the racetrack. Here comes Hopkins down low. This is something we've not seen here recently as Cole Butcher get past here at Hickory Motor Speedway. 2 laps to go, and we know Cole Butcher is not afraid to use the bumper. He's right in behind Mike Hopkins. They make contact. Hopkins almost spins it. Now he gets into the right side of Garrett Hall. Coming back this time, they'll get the white flag. Gabe Brown of the 47 down on the inside. Ryan Moore leads them back down into turn number 1. Brown up to second. Moore not giving up on the outside. Down into turn 3. Can Brown make a run here on Ryan Moore? He's not going to have enough. Checkered flag is out. Ryan Moore will take his second as Jeremy Sorrell spin across the line.
Fans, we've waited all weekend. Here we go. We're racing in the Rattler 250. Amazing start for Jeremy Doss as he'll have them all cleared by the time they get to turn number 1. Side by side is for the second position. Jake Finch on the inside. Timothy Watson upstairs.
Drivers jockeying for position early on. Side by side, Jake Finch trying to get clear of Timothy Watson as they rocket past the speed shot here on the front straightaway. It's going to be Finch to second. Here comes Jet Nolan, the winner of the Bigley Memorial, on the move, looking to take third away from Watson. The 26 of Bubba Pollard, the Phoenix Construction cars of Finch and Pollard are side by side, and Bubba Pollard is going to move up, and we've got a change for the race lead. It's Jet Noland getting around the 44 of Jeremy Doss. Look at that, about 4 or 5 cars. They've got to get going because Michael Goddard, he's the last car on that freight train, and we got trouble. There goes Dorr and Van Meter. Caution coming out right in front of our leader, Jet Nolan.
Pollard to the inside. People go on their feet here at South Alabama Speedway.
Nolan makes a mistake, and Bubba Pollard is there to take advantage. Down the back straightaway with 64 laps to go. Bubba Pollard on the move in search of his third Rattler 250. The grandstands come alive. Bubba Pollard leads the Rattler.
Like Earnhardt at Talladega or Elliott at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, these people love Bubba Pollard. He's to the inside for the race lead, but don't count out Jake Finch. Best seat in the house belongs to the 51. Pollard clears him. New race leader is Bubba Pollard.
Now the 51 of Jake Finch makes contact on the inside as Jet Nolan now in jeopardy of going back to third. Finch on the move, up to second. Jeremy Doss not far behind as Jet Nolan has gone from first to third in the last 2 laps. White flag is out for Sonoya, Georgia's Bubba Pollard, the 2023 UARA National Champion, trying to go back-to-back here at the Rattler and get win number 3.
Into turn number 3 and 4. Off of turn 4. Many people call him the GOAT. Tonight, he is the best. Bubba Pollard wins the Rattler for the 3rd time.
And the Pro Late Models were also in action at South Alabama Speedway. That was a crazy race, and Adam Otwell caught up with Josh Hicks to talk about that.
All right, I'm here with Josh Hicks, who was upside down at the end of the Baby Rattler. Josh, it's so good to see you're okay. What happened from your perspective?
All I could see is I ran into the back of Christopher because he checked up big time. And then I thought I was just going to be able to go to the outside because I had no idea Dixon was sideways. And then I guess Tolis went to the outside at the same time I did, so I just ramped over his right rear and along for the ride.
And what was that feeling like being upside down?
I didn't like it at all because I'm sitting there like I can see the fuel coming out of the carburetor like a garden hose, and it's just like I just wanted to get out. That was my first time flipping, so.
All right, so what's next for you?
I have no idea. We got to build another car now, so we were going to run that Cordele race in 2 weeks, but I highly doubt we'll be doing that now, so I'm not sure yet.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. Josh Hicks doesn't know what the future holds right now, but the good news is he's all right, and that's all that matters.
Well, it certainly was a crazy weekend at South Alabama and Hickory. Jess, that gets us caught up on everything except that crazy race at Bristol this past weekend. We'll talk about that when we come back.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
It's season opening weekend at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Sunday, April 7th. RacingAmerica.tv has you covered with all the action featuring 120 laps for the Pro Late models. It's the season opener at Nashville, Sunday, April 7th on RacingAmerica.tv.
Certainly most of the answers you're going to get from me today, it's going to be from a bias standpoint, right? We won the race. There's probably a handful that hated what happened. But I think if you change nothing, right? If you change absolutely nothing with the tire, nothing with the resin, and we came back next week, many teams would make big adjustments with their cars to help with tire wear, and drivers would make adjustments. So it would automatically get better no matter what. Do we want them wearing out in 40, 50 laps? No. That's probably a little bit on the low end for sure. But certainly this is what happens when you get tire wear. It is comers and goers, and I guarantee you, surely you guys at NASCAR have sent out a stat pack of all the passes that happened today. So yeah, it has to be. But I mean, there was just, there was times where I was leading and Ty's just pressure me, and I'm like, no, it's not time. It's go ahead. And that's how it used to be. It really used to be that way. So it was fun from my standpoint, because obviously I had a good car that helped me, do what I needed to do.
Well, that's what Denny Hamlin had to say after that crazy NASCAR Cup Series race at Bristol this past weekend. The road to the Cup this weekend takes us to Joe Gibbs Racing. We're glad to have Alan Cavanna join us. Here's what he found out.
It was a banner day at Bristol Motor Speedway for Joe Gibbs Racing, with Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr. finishing 1-2. It was a race like we haven't seen in decades, and we talked to both of their crew chiefs who said, yes, it was stressful, but it was also a lot of fun. And while the playbook had to be thrown out, they had a secret weapon: their drivers.
Obviously, he's cut his teeth racing that style of a race for many years early in his career and early in the Cup career. I mean, you think back to the days of big horsepower engines in Martinsville, where you'd blow the left rear tire off in 18 laps, and who was the guy you talked about all the time? It was Denny, right? So our racing style and the Cup Series has gotten away from that by and large, but this was definitely a look into our past and a reminder of what a race is. It's not always about all out for 500 laps or 500 miles. There's a lot of strategy involved: how to manage your vehicle, how to manage your setup, how to manage your team, how to manage your strategy. There's a lot that's supposed to go into these races, and that's why this is the world's best doing it.
You know, Bristol's been one of our tough tracks, and it's not really played to his strengths. And, you know, we worked a lot, looked at a lot at what Denny had done in the past in terms of driving style and tried to apply that. But what went on with the tyres really helped Martin, because, you know, I came into his wheelhouse and not overslipping the tyres, and he's just so good at managing things and everything like that. So it kind of set up perfectly for us at Bristol for the first time ever.
Every weekend, these teams are so good and the drivers are so good. They go in with a very specific plan of what to expect, how you think practice is going to unfold, what you're going to have to do for qualifying, what that does leading into the race, what the lap times are going to be throughout the entire run, how to set your car up accordingly, and all of this is calibrated within very close details. What was awesome about this weekend is Saturday, by the end of the first practice round, we were like, this doesn't look familiar. By the end of Group B, we are not in Bristol anymore. Qualifying played out drastically different in terms of grip level, how quick it fell off. So right away, by the end of Saturday, all these teams were thinking, wow, what is this? And then sure enough, 80 laps into the race on Sunday, it was clear it was going to be a whole different scenario than we were used to.
Just looking how many tyre sets you got there and calculating how many laps are left and going, oh, gee, I hope we don't get too many cautions. So thankfully, they gave us another set, which kind of eased the burden a little bit. But, you know, a lot of us ended up with that set sitting in the pit stall. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun from the top of the box, although rather stressful. You know, and like right there when we, you know, us in the 11 started running into our tyre problems at the end of that green flag cycle, it was like, gee, surely someone's going to have a problem here. But it didn't come. And, yeah, just wild, and only, 5 cars in the lead lap at the end. I've never seen anything like it.
I can't imagine what odds someone would have gotten at Vegas if Vegas was laying a prop bet as to whether or not there will be a green flag strategy in this race. With, you know, 250 into it, right? There's no chance. Then all of a sudden, in true NASCAR fashion, if you think it's not going to happen, watch this, right? So I thought NASCAR did a great job managing the cautions all day. If you look at how a referee would call a game, right? There's certain times in a game where maybe the refs choose to call it tight, and then certain times in the chemistry of the game where they want to back off and let the players play. I thought that's exactly what happened. I thought they managed that really well, and it put all the teams and drivers in a totally different environment than what they had been in even prior in that race, because now they have to manage 120 green flag lap run. Is this caution going to come out? Is it not? If I don't pit, I'm going to be the caution. If I don't pit, my green flag strategy from a total perspective of time, I'm going to lose a lot of time leaving my driver out there too long. So there was just an entirely different wrinkle inside of a race that already was full of wrinkles, and that made it really cool.
After this break, we'll get back to short track racing. We're going to talk to Ricky Brooks of UARA when we return.
Cordele Motor Speedway roars back to life Saturday night, March 30th for the Georgia Pro Late Spring Nationals. The South's best pro late model racers take on the short track in the Watermelon Patch, along with Pure Stock, Crown Vic, Legends, Bandoleros, and more. It's the Georgia Spring Pro Late Nationals, Saturday night, March 30th at the newly christened Cordele Motor Speedway. Racing starts at 6, and you can see it only on RacingAmerica.tv.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Glad to have you back with us here on the Bullring. And You know, we had a busy weekend here on Racing America. One of the races that we had was the Rattler at South Alabama Speedway for the UARA National Series. Joining us from the UARA now is Ricky Brooks. And Ricky, first off, congratulations to everything you and John Dykes and everybody did down there at South Alabama. I know it was a long day on Saturday, but man, it seemed like it worked out perfect considering everything that was going on.
From the outside looking in, it did look perfect, but I'm gonna tell you, everybody that left there was tired come Saturday night.
Yeah, for sure. I know it's so difficult to kind of navigate those situations. I did want to say, so I was unfortunately watching from home, but I thought it was so cool. We had some drivers with in-car audio, and I don't know if I've just not been paying attention, but that was the first time I saw that.
10 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, it was it was really great. It was a great race, super entertaining, even if you were watching from home, and I'm glad you guys got it in. And I think this was also because we just announced last week that the rebrand with UARA. Tell us a little bit what went into that.
Well, it's just my wife and myself decided that we were just going to go out on our own 100% with the Sportsman and the National. That's all it is. Larry was there. He still called the race just like he did last year with Tim Richter, and I was down in the pits with the other guys. So it's pretty much the story. We just decided we was going to go out on our own.
And the other thing that we announced last week is that the UARA races are going to be on Racing America here in 2024, which I'm very excited about, and I'm glad that you know how much I've been wanting to announce that. But you know, when you look at the situation now with UARA and with you at Cordele, it seems like now that almost all your focus is on late model racing now.
100% now. I've got Road Atlanta this weekend. That's my last race with Trans Am. But after this weekend, 110% of my focus is on short track racing.
Man, you are a busy guy, Ricky. Well, the logo looks great behind you, and I know there's a lot of people really excited about this season. What are you most looking forward to in 2024? Do you have a race or a date scheduled on the calendar?
I wouldn't say the entire season we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to our opening night next weekend here at Cordele. It's going to be tough getting everything done and in because we're still, I think today alone we have 5 crews here working still. Like I said, the fiber optic people are here, the PA people are here. We still got the painters here. The carpenters are still here finishing up the touches on all that stuff. So it's going to be good. I just hope we get it all done. But if we don't get every piece of it done, we'll finish it up before the next event.
You know, Jess, when you were in Pigtails, I was actually the first announcer for the original UARA.
When was that?
Starting back in 2002, and I told
I was in Pigtails.
You were, I know, and I told Ricky that. And is it also safe to say, Ricky, that and people may think this is crazy, but I know how this game goes. You're already working on 25, I got to think, for Cordele, the Sportsman, the National, the whole bit.
Yes, I'm still focused on trying to get this year off and going to a good start. But yeah, we're already focused on 2025 as well in the back of our minds, trying to get everything done.
Well, Ricky, like I said, I really appreciate the opportunity. I thought the Rattler went great last weekend. We're looking forward to Cordele next weekend and all the Sportsman and National races ahead. Good luck this year, and then, as we always say, if there's anything we can do, let us know.
I appreciate it. We actually learned something at the Rattler this weekend by doing what we did. Great to work with. some people don't like him, but he's like family to me. So we're putting our heads together, and we're going to see what we can do to shorten the event next year and for the supers and all that, and move some stuff around since what we did this year. We're going to attempt something different next year, I believe.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I think you guys did a great job this year, and I do, like you say, think you learned some valuable lessons. Thanks again, Ricky, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, sir.
All right, when we come back, Derek Griffith will join us after a big weekend at Hickory.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing Electronics is the #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. Over 20 years in the business proves their dedication to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, scanners and more, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics representative at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
This is Racing America, the biggest stars.
I enjoyed it. I felt good out there. I would love to come here and race.
And the inside info.
This is the T-bar setup. This clips into the bottom of the cam lock.
The only fast channel powered by the NASCAR Cup team owners who know all about speed.
How am I even going to drive for 3.5 hours without having a radio in the car?
The most NASCAR team content anywhere. Climb on board.
I'm Jeb Burton.
I'm Ward Burton. Please join us March 28th for the Rogers Heating and Cooling Orange Crush 200.
Ward and Jeb join regional late model stars and the Rogers Heating and Cooling Orange Crush 200 benefiting the Ward Burton Wildlife Foundation. Limited pre-sale tickets available for a discount until March 22nd or buy at the gate on race day. It's the Orange Crush 200 Thursday, March 28th at Orange County Speedway, and you can see it only on racingamerica.tv.
Well, one of the races that you were able to watch this weekend on Racing America was from Hickory Motor Speedway past Super Late Models doubleheader, and the winner of the second half of the doubleheader was Derek Griffith, winner of the Easter Bunny 150. Derek, congratulations on the win, and not a bad way to get the season righted, I guess you would say.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of a rocky start with speed weeks. I mean, everyone saw what happened, but we just weren't good there to start with. So to come out and I mean, we struggled the first race, definitely, but to come out and run as good as we did in the second one, I was pretty happy to be able to kind of, like you said, get the momentum going, get the ball rolling.
So, and maybe I'm mistaken about this, and if I am, I apologize, but I know they did some work at Hickory during the off season, and I want to think they did some grinding down in the corners, but the racetrack looked more bottom dominant than I don't know if I ever remember seeing it like it was this past weekend.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was the grinding. I think it was more so like they put seal coat down everywhere, and that stuff kind of melted and ended up all over the place. I mean, the track, I don't know, you might be able to tell in the video that you guys had the broadcast. I mean, the track got really dark, really, really, really dark. And I've never seen Hickory lay rubber down like that, but I don't think it was actually rubber. I think it was the seal coat they were putting down in the cracks. I mean, it destroyed half of our car. Everybody raced the nose. I mean, we had to fix the nose every practice after the first race. And it was quite the mess, but it definitely affected how things raced for sure.
I know we're here to talk about Hickory, but I did want to bring up Speed Weeks. I feel like everyone gets so excited to go down to Speed Weeks, a week long of racing, and they're, it's been the off season, everyone's getting cooped up, and they're like, oh, we're going to go see what we got. And it is never an accurate representation of anyone's season. And everyone gets so like excited about it. And then most of the time it doesn't go well for anyone. I mean, a whole week of racing, you're bound to get caught up in something. And it's not until March, April when it goes back to their respective series and tracks where they really start to see what they have for the season for 2024. What are your expectations after this weekend for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really want to obviously run good. We had a lot of issues with our super late model program that runs down south to our dry sump motor stuff, and we've just been fighting that thing for a couple of years now, and yeah, it's been tough. So our crate motor car's always been good, no matter where we go with it. Even out at Berlin, it was fast. It's been fast at Jennerstown. It's been fast everywhere. So I'm excited. I love Thompson. That's probably one of my favorite racetracks, and we go there next. And then we go to Loudon. I feel like Loudon is a place I get a lot of laps at. The racetrack probably owes me one there, maybe.
Yeah, you've seen it from a different angle, like from upside down.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, yep. And man, I feel like that place owes me one. I'm always fast there. We always have a good car, and something always happens. The deck lid fell in one year with 5 or 10 to go or something. I flipped over that year. That we were really, really good that year too. There's just been so many things that happened. So I don't know. I hope the momentum will carry on for the rest of the year. I see it as us having a pretty decent year, but I also saw it that way the last couple of years, and we've had okay years, but I wouldn't say great.
Yeah, well, I think you guys are back on track. That was more like what we're used to seeing. And again, as you mentioned, Thompson, New Hampshire, we'll see both those races on Racing America, and I know we'll see a lot throughout the year. Congratulations again, Derek, and I know we'll be talking soon.
Yep, thank you, and congrats to the KDDP finalists. Just got released. I got the email this morning, so excited to see a couple New Englanders on there.
Yep. I think they're going to be tough too. Thanks again.
Thanks, guys.
All right, when we come back, big weekend for Track Enterprises at Five Flag Speedway. Bob Sargent will join us when we come back.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Racing returns to the legendary Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park April 6th and 7th for the 50th annual Icebreaker Weekend. Past super late models hit the track on Saturday, April 6th, along with the Monaco Modified Tri-Track Series. And on April 7th, it's time for one of New England's oldest open-wheel modified races, plus support divisions. It's the 50th annual Icebreaker Weekend at Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, and it's only on Racing America.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
I'm Joe Gibbs, and you're watching Racing America.
Glad to have you back with us on Bullring, presented by 5-Star Race Car Bodies. Alan and Jess here with you, and a busy season, I guess, really and honestly continues, because it's been going on since January and February for the ASA series. And joining us now from Track Enterprises is Bob Sargent. And I'm kind of programmed to say getting the season started, but like I said, you guys have been going now for a couple of months already.
Yeah, we have. We started with Speed Fest there in Cordele and had a successful event. We, had some great racing. A lot of good teams participated. We moved on to New Smyrna for the Clyde Hart Memorial and had a spectacular event. So we're looking forward to this weekend in Pensacola.
I love that. Bob, you're such a great promoter. You got your ASA Stars National Tour background on Zoom. Do you have one of those set up for yourself for Racing America?
No.
I don't either. It looks great. I always feel like these big race weekends at Five Flags feel so special, no matter if it's a doubleheader, super race, or in this case, you got the ARCA series being there. It's going to draw a little bit different of a crowd than maybe they would typically have. It's going to be a great show. I imagine there's probably some drivers pulling double duty in both ARCA and the Stars Tour. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect.
Yeah. First is I can't take credit for the logo in the background. Someone had to help me with that also, but I did think it was cool. I copy a lot and I see other people doing it. So I was like, you know what? I can.
Alan needs an assistant and maybe he could get one.
Yeah.
I think we're all, we're all to that place, but yeah, we have a lot going on at Five Flags. As you said, anytime we go there, Tim and Pat, Bryant do such a great job there with all the staff. The facilities, iconic now. It's the Derby, and we just look forward to it. It's actually a triple header. We've got their opening for 2024 on Friday night with some local divisions. Then Saturday, you're correct, we do the ARCA Menards East Series. Some really good drivers there, and then we've got some drivers that are pulling double duty that'll be racing Saturday in the ARCA and then Sunday in the ASA Stars race. So it'll be the second of the 10 ASA Stars races on Sunday. So I don't even know. There's just action packed all over the place there on this weekend at Five Flags.
I know Bubba Pollard, I think, is doing triple. He's actually running a Crown Stock, but then he's running
holy cow.
Yeah, the ARCA car to help get ready for his Xfinity start in a few weeks. What went behind combining these weekends, and how's the reception been?
I think it was in our minds to try to build a large event. Instead of having two events at Five Flags, we'll just join all together, have this big spectacular event to start off the 2024 season there. And that was kind of where this thought and idea went. Obviously, we needed good weather. So far, it looks like it's going to be good weather. So we tried to get the best of the best down there. Thought we might have a few that would try both. And that did come out. A local funeral home there has put up a $5,000 bonus to win the ARCA race on Saturday and then come back and win on Sunday.
Their motto is drive it like you're dying.
Alan.
Yeah. And then we also got a bonus. Bubba's going to do a thing fun with the fans on if he wins all three races. So a lot of interaction down there with the fans, the bonuses for the drivers, and what have you.
Now, what's the I know the fairgrounds at Nashville are starting soon, and the CRA stuff will start picking up in April. What's the best way to kind of keep up with everything that's going on? I know with the I think it's the Stars National Tour website. It's got connections to all the CRA sites and the Southern Super Series and everything.
Yeah, the best way is like you said, there's a lot going on the Track Enterprises banner. So you can always go to Track Enterprises. You can always go to ASA Stars National Tour or the three regions, which is the ASA Midwest Tour in the north, the CRA Tours in the Midwest, and then the Southern Super Series. So we all try to work really close together, and we all try to keep information about each other tabs on either website that you would go to. And, they can always go to Racing America and get all their information also.
Yep, and I appreciate you being with us today. Now, to watch the races this weekend, it's track.tv, correct?
Correct. Actually, it'll be on the ARCA broadcast for Saturday, and Friday will be Racing America, I believe. You might correct me there.
Yeah.
And then Sunday will be on the Track TV. We're working with Racing America throughout the year, but for the Stars races, it will just be on Track TV. and then all the other ones will be on both Racing America, and we're proud to work with everybody, you and everybody at Racing America.
Well, we look forward to it, Bob. I know you got a lot going on, and I appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk to us. And whoever that is calling you, go ahead and tell them that you can talk now because we're finished, okay?
I'm sorry about that. I always put it on vibrate, but that's part of the life right now we're going through. And we just want to invite everybody out. All the information's on the Five Flags website, the Stars National Tour site, all the times and everything for this weekend. So we invite everybody out to come for the whole weekend or pick and choose whichever event you want to see.
All right, man. Well, have a good weekend.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back with more of the Bullring when we come back.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Get up on your feet, race fans.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
I'm Jeb Burton.
I'm Ward Burton. Please join us March 28th for the Rogers Heating and Cooling Orange Crush 200.
Ward and Jeb join regional late model stars and the Rogers Heating and Cooling Orange Crush 200 benefiting the Ward Burton Wildlife Foundation. Limited pre-sale tickets available for a discount until March 22nd or buy at the gate on race day. It's the Orange Crush 200 Thursday, March 28th at Orange County Speedway, and you can see it only on RacingAmerica.tv.
Well, the white flag is out as we are almost done with another bull ring. We want to thank all of our guests today, including Ward Burton. I have to look because I always forget Derek Gluchaki, Ricky Brooks, Derek Griffith, and Bob Sargent. And a programming reminder, we will have a bull ring in 2 weeks. It will not be on Wednesday, though. It'll be on Thursday night. We'll actually be on location at Michael Waltrip Brewing in Bristol, Tennessee / Virginia, whichever side of the state line we're on, as we get ready for the U.S. Short Track Nationals, which will be at Bristol once again. Talked to a lot of guests from the VORS Compact Touring Series, CRA Street Stocks, and the Midwest Modified Tour. Again, that's in 2 weeks at Michael Waltrip Brewing in Bristol, Thursday night. Special bull ring there.
Oh, I already have FOMO.
I know. I wish you were going.
I do
more
too.
than you know.
Well, and those are my people. You know
Yeah.
that I love the VORS Compact Touring Series.
She loves she's a little girl and she loves compacts. That's for sure, right?
That's right.
Right. Well, for Jess Ballard, I'm Alan Deet saying so long. We'll see you at Bristol in 2 weeks.